There are no horses around. Oh! That is the Manhart version and it's called the MH3 600. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by AutoTopNL. My name is Max, and today, well, today is the day you knew would come. It is the day that we are driving the first tuned BMW M3 G80. It is the Manhart version and it's called the MH3 600. So it has a little over 600 horsepower, a couple of Manhart bits, a couple of M Performance bits. So today I'm going to show you around it, show you all the cool stuff on this car, and then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to receive updates when we upload a new video. And check us out on Instagram if you like for some behind the scenes footage. Alright, so I'm going to skip all the regular M3 G80 stuff, of course. We've made quite a few videos with the car already. So I'm going to focus on the stuff that makes this car special, which, well, let's start at the front with this M Performance front splitter. Really cool with these little indentations here. Looks very racy. A lot of carbon fiber actually on this car. Of course, we've got the massive grille here and we've got little carbon fiber winglets on the side as well, or canards actually, which is quite aggressive. Now, we also have the Manhart concave wheels, 21-inch front and rear, so no stacked wheels. Normally you get 20-inch at the rear, 19-inch at the front, with Michelin Pilot Sport 4S rubber. Awesome. So no carbon ceramics, but these brakes are actually really good. I do like the wheel on this car actually. They also installed some H&R springs because Christophe, the owner of Manhart, felt that in Sport Plus the car was a bit too nervous, so he wanted it a bit more comfortable. And it also has H&R spacers, 22 millimeters, because otherwise the Manhart wheels wouldn't fit, and well, it does fill up the wheel well a bit nicer than stock, I think. Another really cool upgrade is this carbon fiber side bit, which I've talked about before in the M3 reviews, that this is a bit cheap on the stock M3 with that plastic. This carbon is much better. MH3 600, we've got golden stickers all over. The M Performance side skirt with this winglet here, very nice, looks awesome. All this carbon fiber extra M Performance stuff really makes me, well, makes me want it basically. I think we should do that on our M3 as well, because I think it looks really cool. Carbon exterior package, rear spoiler, and we've got a Manhart diffuser at the rear because they didn't really like the look of the M Performance one, so they developed one themselves, which, well, I do think looks very cool. It's actually, the carbon fiber is very similar to the M Performance carbon fiber, so that works well. And let's check out the engine. So, what do we have here? Well, we've got the S58, of course. So, stock, we've got 510 horsepower and 650 Newton meters of torque. This car has the Manhart MH Tronic, so that's it's not an ECU remap, but it is a performance box that is installed, which overrides the ECU, and it now delivers around 630 horsepower and 780 Newton meters of torque. So that is quite a big increase, and well, you really feel that. The car also has a different exhaust at the front. So the rear silencer is stock, but at the front we've got a 200 cell downpipe. And we also have an OPF delete, so that should really help with the sound. Well, I already know that it really helps with the sound because it sounds insane. So much louder than stock. And of course, well, you're going to hear it because it is very noticeable. Now, we're not going to get in. We're going to show you the rear seat because we've got the regular sport seats, as you can see, so not the buckets. But you do get a nice piece of carbon on the rear. So I do quite like that touch. It's quite beautiful. They're not as cool as the carbon buckets we have, but this seat is much more comfortable than the full bucket seat. In here we've got the carbon fiber interior trim, and as you can see, these seats are a lot less hardcore than the buckets. They are actually very comfy, but I would still always recommend to go for the buckets because you sit a couple of centimeters lower and well, they just look awesome. I also think that in a like a few months or a year or something, everyone who's looking for an M3 will be looking for those seats, I think. Okay, let's start it up. And of course we've got the Manhart logo right there. Now we'll go for M2 with traction control all the way off. And I'll give it a few tiny revs. There are no horses around. I mean, you can hear that that is already much louder than stock. All right, let's take it for a drive. So let's find out what this thing is all about, because it is a big performance increase and the sound is a big improvement as well. So we've got stock transmission software, and of course with a sound like this we're going to go for the tunnel. Holy moly! Listen to that! The sound, oh, it is so much better than stock, so much better. It is much louder, but it also just feels like it's breathing freely, you know, like the OPF. Oh, that is so dirty. Oh my God. That is a big difference, man. Jeez. As you can see, it is lighting up its rear tires, but still the magic about the M3 in general and this generation in particular, that rear differential just handles everything so well, and it just feels like you can handle this car even with this amount of power so intuitively. It just, you don't have to think about it. The car just turns around you and moves around you, and you're in control at all times, which is so nice. It feels much more progressive than an F80 M3 with a tune, because that is all over the place. We've driven that as well, but this feels, I don't know, more controlled. Now the H&R springs, I do feel that the car is a little bit more comfortable than stock. So fast. Oh, what a quick car. Man, I mean, the stock M3 is so fast, but this is next level. Jeez. Everything is just turned up to 11. It takes the M3 experience and just magnifies everything. That sound. Oh, it's so racy and raspy. Jeez, man, it is. I wasn't expecting it to sound this good, to be honest. It sounds better than an S55 engine of the last generation. Definitely, even with an exhaust. I mean, this is mental. This is the way it's supposed to sound. It sounds powerful, you know? Alright, so let's see what it feels like at the Autobahn. Of course, we've got those 21-inch wheels, a size up from stock, so let's find out if you feel that and what the power is like over here. Okay, here we go, 5th gear. That was it. So, oh, that sound. So performance-wise, I mean, it is a lot quicker than stock. We measured the stock BMW M3 competition from 100 to 200 at 8 seconds. Which is very quick, but then this one is, well, as I said, everything's turned up to 11, so is the performance. We measured a 6.42 100 to 200 kilometer an hour run, which is insane. That is absolutely ridiculous. It's about the same time as a Mercedes AMG GTR Pro, for instance, which is a very fast car. It's also almost as fast as a 750 horsepower Audi RS7 we tested. I mean, yeah, it definitely delivers. I mean, look at how this thing keeps going. Jesus, that's 288. The limiter is still on here, so it will do 297 on the speedo. We know that because we've done it a couple of times. Now, we've also measured the 0 to 250 kilometer an hour time, which stock was 21.1 seconds. This one, 17.18 seconds. That's almost 4 seconds quicker from 0 to 250. That is so crazy. So you really see the power increase. I mean, this 630 horsepower, it is definitely there. And the car is, oh, the car is fine with it. Man, you can throw a lot at this platform. It's not really impressed. Yes. Oh, what a car. So, if this performance is possible with just an MH-tronic, which is not even a remap, I mean, they are working on that as well. Can you imagine what is going to happen in a few months when they crack that ECU? When we get different intercoolers, different turbos, whatever, you name it. We actually know that with an external ECU, 1000 horsepower is already possible with this engine. This S58 is an absolute beast. And well, this Manhart version is just lovely. It is also, I think, this is probably the best version. I mean, any more power than this is just silly. I mean, I wouldn't say no to it. I would like to drive it, and I would, you know, absolutely love it probably, but this is already so fast and it goes sideways so easily that I think this is probably the sweet spot. And I mean, this exhaust is so awesome. I mean, the bangs, the little rumble is really cool, but I especially like it on full throttle. That raspy, racy tone you get. You suddenly have a rev limiter sound as well. You have to watch the acceleration video if you want to check that out. There are some exterior shots in that video as well, but it sounds so good. So I think we might have to do something about our M3 as well, because this, it just livens the car up. Everything, the tune, the exhaust, man, what a car. Manhart, good job. Thank you for taking it to us. As always, it is a pleasure to drive your cars. To you guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. You can also check out this video or go check out this playlist. See you at the next one. Bye.